This podcast is brought to you by Discounts and Deals, Roanoke's premium deals membership. The membership that lets you support your local businesses, save money, and have fun. Check them out on Facebook at Discount Deals Roanoke, all one word. Like or follow the page to be the first to know when you can become a member this fall. Discounts and Deals are on the way.
As far as I'm concerned.
So, when people tell me, why you change your name? You Muslim, you this. I said, I'm not a Muslim. I said, I done studied all the religions. See what I'm saying? I said, the only one that really made sense to me was the Eastern culture. So, you know, they got a thing like, when you die, if you haven't completed your purpose in life, you come back. Now, y'all don't know anything about this here when I'm said. Back in the day, in New Year's, they would always have a commercial that night before 12 o'clock. The Grim Reaper with a sickle on his back, he going one way. There's a baby sitting on this end with a banner on it like Miss America with the New Year on. They cut that out because that was an Indian tradition. Americans was using that to celebrate the coming of the new year. You know, that's just like you said, when a person died, there's a kid born. You know, and somewhere they pass each other, and you take on a little bit of them, and they keep their own character. You know, that's like a deja vu thing. That's how you go somewhere you know you've never been before, but you not lost. And it's crazy, man. I saw Paratime Corrections for 748 when I got there. And that dawned on me one day. I'm sitting out there, I'm looking out the window, it was raining. Sun shining just like it is now. See the little deal between the building, you know. And it dawned on me, I've never seen this. You know, like a premonition, I've seen this before, you know. And so I'm sitting there thinking, I'm missing my wife and all that, and I write poems and poetry. So that's how the song Let Us come up, you know. You know, that's exactly how that song come with the rain coming down. You know, I'm Jones and like hell, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that came up. So I said, damn, as the birds whisper and flutter, you know, and I'm thinking about us having a picnic by the brook with the water running and all that. All that's in the song. You know what I'm saying? So once whoever put a video together, it's gonna be a nice video. You know what I'm saying? Because it's putting all that together, like I said.
Write that down.
Media.
Write that down.
You know, because it says in there, you know, we making love on nature's bed, which is the ground. That's nature's bed. You know, and as darkness covers us, the sun is going down. That's a shade. You know what I'm saying? Just like a blanket. You know, man, we come together as one. Bam, that's climax.
Oh shit, this is poetic as fuck.
Hey, look.
And that's how the song came to me. You know.
I don't need no nieces and nephews, y'all. Don't listen to that song.
So like I said, you know,
It's
it's good meaning behind it. You know, it's like another song, Your Destiny. You know, and I came up with that simply because each person is in charge of their own destiny. You've heard the song, Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that got his own. That's for real, man. Just because your mama has something, your daddy has something, that don't mean they got to give it to you or you got to have. There's nothing like having your own, right? You know.
That's right.
And then you got people, I found this out by doing TA and in the house of therapy, you know, people got crutches, man. You know, they got reasons why they don't do things. Oh, my daddy was this, so I can't do this, or this happened and I can't do this. I don't do that. You know, my daddy was a bootlegger. You know, my daddy was out there, you know, I don't know if he ever loved me or not. I never got a Christmas card. You know, I never got none of that. And I'm the only boy. See what I'm saying? So I never knew. You know, from the day I was born to the day he died, he never showed me no love. See what I'm saying? So I learned how to treat my kids from how the other men in the neighborhood treated their children. See what I'm saying? That's how I learned how to do that. Then a few women that I went with, they had kids, so I was fathering their kids. So when I had my kids, I knew what a father was supposed to do.
Well, you got 2 kids?
I got 5.
Oh, you got 5 kids?
Yeah. About 5 grandbabies here for long.
Oh, y'all.
You know, my oldest daughter gonna have one the 20th, a little girl. We finally got one boy, August the 1st.
Oh, for real? Those are all girls?
All
so wait,
girls.
so did you had all sisters?
I had 3 sisters, I'm the only boy.
And then you got all
You got 3 girls or 2 boys. And all girls, grandkids except the one little boy, which was born in August. You know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you know, but anyway, like I said, you know, that's how a lot of things, your destiny is solely up to you. You gotta check it out. You know. There's so many people say that tomorrow gonna be a better day, but what do they do to make it true? You know what I mean? It's just like you get on your knees and you pray for a job, but you don't go nowhere to put the application in.
It's not a job.
It's not gonna come. You know.
And that's not just with a job, that's with any
Anything,
aspect
you know.
of your life.
And if you, everybody wants to win the lottery, right? But in order to win the lottery, you got to
You
play.
gotta play a number.
Absolutely. Scratch a ticket or
Yeah,
something.
you know,
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's one thing that we always talk about, like realize, like, yo, okay, you want all these things, but if you're not gonna go out there and do the legwork to make them come true, like, we sitting here expecting a fairy to pull
Yeah,
up?
nobody's
No,
gonna
you
handle
With some money,
Sure.
like, what are you talking about?
You
right
know
now?
what the majority don't expect? They say God gonna give it to me, but I tell them God gave all of us a free will to think, to act on our own. See what I'm saying? Like, you think about this, man. I mean, you know, some people think I'm kind of crazy about this, but I honestly believe this from the bottom of my heart, right? If everybody prayed and got everything they want, God would be too busy. See what I'm saying? New York City alone, God knows how many million of people.
Yeah,
So I'm saying that everybody always wants something, you know. So you can't get it like that. You know, anything that people used to say the pie in the sky, right? The only thing gonna fall out of the sky is precipitation or bird poop.
Plain sometimes. And that's
Yeah, a plane maybe sometime or
But
into
God's not
something.
gonna do anything for you,
You know,
if you're not willing
You
to
gotta do it for
for
yourself. That's why all of us was born with a free will. We got a mind to think for ourselves. You know, we can act for ourselves. But you got people that use that crutch. You know, but I'm gonna put it in God's hand.
Oh, I'm gonna wait on God. You
Yeah.
can wait for a while.
You might not never happen if you don't make an effort.
Exactly.
You know, like I said, one step you make 2. You know, I make 2 steps and hoping you make 4. You know, that's just the way it is. You know, I'm not waiting. You know, I gotta get mine. And when Maxwell came out with this song, "In My Time," yeah, that's me all the way. I gotta have mine now.
Hey, go get it.
You know, I gotta have mine now. You know,
Nothing wrong with that.
you know, I don't give up. I give out. See what I'm saying? You know, and it's a true fact. You know, I tell people here, if you know, if Jeff catch me, I'm hoping that he catch me on the move, because I'm not laying around waiting on him.
We got to run after me.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm not waiting on it. Some people just wait back. Oh man, I'm just gonna just sit back and chill. No, chill for what? But one thing I like about this pandemic, everybody done had a taste of what it is to be incarcerated. When we were locked down like that for a whole year, and maybe get locked down again, if you ever had somebody doing time and they try to communicate with you and you ignore them, now you know how they feel. Now you know exactly how they feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the entire pandemic brought light to a lot of things that I don't think a lot of people realize how it actually worked. Even from rich to poor, for instance, rich people got a taste of needing and not having a way to get it.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, poor people already kind of knew how to deal with it because they already been doing it, you know. So, and then people also got a taste of wanting to work but not being able to find work. The unfortunate part is a lot of those people still don't understand. Way before the pandemic, you had people technically in the same situation with not being able to get or not being able to find. And there wasn't a pandemic, so there wasn't an excuse.
They had an excuse though.
Well, they had an excuse,
Most of
but
them had an excuse.
I just feel like they got to see this is kind of what some people go through all the time, whether there's a pandemic or not.
It's real life. It's real life.
And just like you said, I don't really think that it was an excuse so much as what you said, it was a crutch, because people would say, oh, I have like migraines or like health issues that doesn't really keep you from doing jobs, because it's people with plenty disabilities that find jobs.
Yeah.
So people will use any crutch in the world for, oh, my mama just died, I can't look for a job right now. Like,
I don't have a car, so I can't get to work.
I don't have no way to and from work. like people use crutches to keep themselves, or the backstory behind them using the excuses will be their crutch. Like,
That's right.
my mama never let me ride a bus before. I'm not gonna do it now, so I don't have a way to and from work. I'm
Right.
not gonna find a job. Like, it's reasons for people doing stuff like that, and I think all of it is some form, like you said, a crutch.
That's what it is, you know, because my mom, her main thing was like the early bird get the worm, right? I mean, from the time I knew who she was till up till she retired, this woman was up early in the morning, going to work. You know, she was scrubbing people's floors and all this before she got on with Singer Furniture Company and all that, right? And I didn't realize, you know, that the little trouble that I was getting in wasn't only affecting me, it was affecting my family too. You know, that was brought to my attention through the therapy thing, the house of thought, right? Like I said, I learned a whole lot about that. You know, I could teach classes on that TA, right? Transaction analysis. And it brought it to my attention because you think about this. Whenever somebody in your family go to jail or whatever, right? It's gossip. You know, they were putting little articles in the newspaper. And I never thought about this. I said, damn, you know, I'm really embarrassed of my mama here because just imagine, she go to work, people see an article in there about me that did an armed robbery or whatever it might be. People say, this Beatrice's son. But they're sitting behind her back. See where I'm coming from? So that was shame in a way. You know, so once I realized, oh, wait a minute, man, you know, I gotta change my game plan here. You know, I gotta change
And that's
my
a
game
part of
plan.
growing up. You have to realize that your mistakes
Trial
don't
and error.
only affect you,
Yeah.
whether it reflects someone worse than it reflects you or whatever. Like, it's always a way for it to reflect somebody in
that's
your
right.
family, your friends. Like they say, birds of a feather. Like, if you're doing something and you hang around somebody, people might look at them like they doing it, like drugs or something like
Yeah, they
that. Like,
associate you with it.
yeah.
Yeah, similarity, you know what I mean? Yeah, but it's not like that in all cases, but, you know, like I said, I picked up on little things. I learned a lot, like I said, you know, but I was self-taught, you know. You know, I learned that everything that they taught us in school was bullshit. Black history only goes back to Jamestown, Virginia. See what I'm saying? You know, as far as they go. You know, they tell us that all the slaves they had came from Africa. That's bull. It was slaves, it was black people who were here before white people got here. You know, you got Blackfoot, Crows, and all that. The Indians, man. See what I'm saying? You know, the Indians was here before the people got something. Now, just imagine this. That Columbus Day coming up. Columbus Day coming up, right? That's the biggest lie outside of Santa Claus ever been told.
Fact.
How you gonna go to somebody's property and say, Lord, look what I found. I'm gonna claim this. That's
All
somebody
right, y'all get out. I'm claiming
somebody
this
somebody
next.
already got that. See what I'm saying?
I'm Puerto Rican, I understand.
Yeah, then if you check it out,
That's some
they
bullshit.
said Amerigo Vespucius was the one that discovered America. That's how the name America came by. Amerigo Vespucius.
Yeah.
But they said Columbus did. Columbus supposed to did something on the Caribbean. They got it all twisted.
He made a wrong turn.
Yeah, and went to the Caribbean. See, but they got it all twisted. So, but
He
they
also
celebrate
thought
this
that-
man.
like, he
They
thought-
celebrate this man as a hell of a hero. You know.
Yeah.
See, then on the other half of it, look at it like it's Queen Isabella and all them. When they were talking about exploring new worlds, they thought back then that the Earth was flat. That's why they let all the people, the wretched of the earth, that's why they let all of them out the dungeons and put them on those 3 ships or 6 ships or whatever it might be, you know, hoping that they'll run off the edge of the earth. They won't have to see them no more. Because they thought that the earth was flat. You know, when you look at the ocean, what it look like, look at it's gonna drop off, right? But it don't do that, because the earth is running. And they
Of course,
thought-
now there's a whole group of
keep
people
on
that
saying
think you're
that
gonna
it
drop
is
off.
flat all over again.
Yeah, but see, but that's why they thought they were getting rid of the little scum and the rest of the earth, put them on the ship. We'll keep our clean our dungeons out, send them somewhere else. You know, it's just crazy, man. Like I said, you know, a lot of stuff they told us is a lie. But one thing I like about what's happening right now, like the old people said, what's done to dark can come to light. A whole lot of stuff can come to light.
Mm-hmm.
A whole lot of stuff can come to light. You got little white kids that want to be black. You know, they play more rap music than black kids. They buy more rap music. Look how they walk around sagging. Everything. They want to be like that. You know. You look at it like now, man, I said, okay, here it is, 2021, right? They might as well take off the application what your race and all that is because everybody mixing it. You know, you don't know what the person is. You know, Chinese might be black, Asian.
Let's not bring up sexuality because it's like a whole list of those
Yeah,
now.
you know what I'm saying? So all that's changing. You know, but the people that run everything, they don't want that to change. They don't want their kids to change. I'm looking at the Mary Griffin show when I was locked up. Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, when Michael Jackson had the little silver glove and the jacket and all that. Greg Griffin asked me, he said, look here, man, said, what would happen if a black person stumbled across one of y'all meeting? He said, I don't really want to say it, so you can both figure out that, you know. He said, huh? He said, but the only one that we would die fool with would be Michael Jackson. He said, why is that? He said, because I just went out and bought the glove, the hat, the coat and everything for my kids, my grandkids. He said, man, I can't face them if we do something to Michael. I said, damn, I said, ain't that something for him?
Nowadays, that's LeBron James.
Yeah, you know, but I'm saying, the kids are coming over. You know, you got interracial this, you got interracial that. You know what I'm saying? So, they might as well forget about that black and white. The only thing that black and white really gets along on is in a book, a newspaper, or sheet music. And then if you look at that, the black is still on top.
I like to go on the record and say amen.
Wow.
So if you think about it, the writing is black and it's on top of a white sheet, right? Music, sheet, the same thing. So hey, that's the only thing that's really got unity. And music is a universal language. You know, you can go to Japan and still sing your song in English, and the people understand exactly what you're saying. You know.
I remember being like, cause like when I first started making music, I can my voice fucked up. But like I was doing like gospel music type stuff, and I had a lot of people like approach me, like white people, and be like, "Yo, I never really liked hip hop music until I heard yours." And it's like, "Yo, it opened my ears to like be accepted to things." Cause like I was like a gospel artist, but like I was one of them gospel artists where I would say stuff that like gospel artists not gonna say. You're not supposed to say
You're not
that.
supposed to say
You're not supposed to be saying what you're saying right now. But I was real because like I'm not from the streets, but I'm from the hood like everybody else is. And like, alright, I found God, but like at the same time, I still just like this form of music. But like I would be put in front of a lot of like white people and people that didn't look like me. Where I go to one of my shows, I be the only black person there.
Yeah. I
And
can
it's like,
relate to that.
oh shit.
Well, it's the
What's
same
going on
thing
here?
I was telling somebody.
But you got paid good and you
I got paid.
You got respect.
They shoot.
They understood
They bought
where you
all
were
them
coming from.
T-shirts and all them
You know what I'm
CDs.
saying?
You feel me?
Hey, I'm telling you, that's the same way this podcast is. A lot of people that I found out that listen to it are not who I would expect to be listening to it. A lot of people that's bought shirts and some of the hats and stuff like that, you wouldn't be able to point them out if I just lined a bunch of people up in the room like, all right, who listens to my podcast, who buys my merchandise? Because some of them I'm like, really?
You heard this?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And then, but I had somebody tell me, I've had this happen to me twice since I started this podcast, where somebody tried to convince me that I should direct my podcast towards a specific group of people. And both times I'm like, well, first of all, if you look at my friends, it's all over the map.
You don't even fit in a specific group.
No, I don't. Which is why all my friends are every race, every color, religion, belief, whatever the case is. And I'm like, why would I pick one group of people
If you can
and
reach
X everybody else out when I can continue doing what I'm doing where there's something for everybody?
And just being yourself. You're not
And then
even
I'd be like,
having to-
what was the name of your podcast? I don't have one. The fuck you talking to me for? Why are you trying to tell me how to do mine? It's like, well, if you wanted to grow and make money, and I'm like, hold on, I'm doing this because I want to do it. If it gets to that point, then fine. But when it gets to that point, and it will, but what I won't have to do is look back and say, I'm glad such and such told me to do it this way, instead of doing it the way I enjoy doing it. It's not gonna happen. I'm not that person. Like, I'll take advice, but if your advice doesn't fit in with what I'm trying to do, your advice gets pushed to the side. I'd rather make it the way I want to do it and it go good that way, so I can look back and like, yeah, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. That's exactly how it got done, and now it's here.
Because you could really make big mistakes of listening to some, which people may not even mean you no harm at the time.
No, and
but can't nobody make your decisions for
I don't
you.
think either one of them did. I think both people, which are both really good friends of mine, I think both of them thought they were really giving me good information. I'm like, you're kind of missing the point of what I want to do.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Like, I want anybody from whatever their background is to be able to listen to one of the episodes and get something out of it.
Or even want to be on one of the episodes.
Yeah, and I've had, I mean, the variety of people that's been on this show, all of them are different. Like,
oh God knows.
Whether it's their sexuality, race, whatever, all of them are different.
Whether some of them sleep on the table after a beer.
Yeah, some of them sleep on the table. Some of them,
See, that's where music is. You know, that's the bad thing about music. They want to categorize it. You know.
Right.
You know, you got R&B, you got rock, you got gospel, you got country rock, gospel. You know, but they put a label on it. You know, and music is music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, music is music. You know what I mean? But you know, that's how they categorize it, and they got certain people that fit into certain slots. And I think that's trying to make people uniformity, like you a robot or like you in the army or something. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that just don't work with people that got free will, man. You know, you got to think for yourself, and that's the problem right now. A lot of people don't think for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people living in denial. You know, they'll know what the truth is, but it's better to accept the lie.
Well, people want
And
to
they
be
live in it.
accepted. You
Follow
want to be
the
accepted
leader.
by a certain
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel accepted,
It's like if somebody grew up in a bad neighborhood, they can't be a country rapper, like a country singer. They supposed to be a gangster, like rapper.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
isn't that like they don't fit in the category as far as looks or the way that they grew up. They don't fit in the category to be anything but
Yeah, that's what they want to put you.
what the world is expecting them to be.
Yeah, and if you take any, and I thought about it for a second, I will say any artist that's huge right now, and you narrow their music down to one specific group of people, they won't be nowhere near what they are now.
No.
Because it's not because one specific group of people, it's because you got a large variety of people that listen to it, and all of them are different. So that's why when somebody tell me something like that, I'm like, that's not gonna do anything.
And see, that's like when you come to music, it's like most CDs and you know vinyl is coming back, most records, right? That's why they got more than one song on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because people listen to different things. You know, that's why they got more than one song on it, you know. So, you know, like I said, it's just, man, we've been brainwashed. That's the only thing you really call it, because that's exactly what it is, you know. And see, a lot of people not even hip to subliminal seduction, you know. You know, that's the third part of your mind that picks up everything. You know, you look at TV a lot, you go in the grocery store, you come back home with a couple of items, and you wonder, why did I buy this?
I worked in the
That's
grocery store
because
for
you don't see
years.
it on
They
the
play
commercial.
specific music in a grocery store that makes you want to buy it.
Yes, sir.
It's a company called, I'm not going to name the company.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
please don't.
Yeah, but there's a specific company that's their job. They play these certain songs when you in stores
Mm-hmm.
that make you feel
It
a
sends
certain
that
way,
message to your
and it makes
subconscious
you
mind.
want to buy things. This song is sad. Now this song is happy. This song
Right.
is
And
sad. Now, this
it's
song
not
is
even
happy.
necessarily a certain company. Like a lot of stores, like everywhere, do it. Just the way that they have it set up to where they know when you go into a store, the first direction you're gonna go to is your right. So they put everything from
That's exactly right.
Like,
At grocery stores and
yeah.
everything.
We were
they
doing-
have
we
it
would
set
talk
up,
that.
and then they have it
This is
set
the
up where
flow
the
of the
cheapest
store.
stuff will be at the bottom, the more expensive stuff will be at the top, because you're gonna want the stuff that's not cheap, but you're not gonna want to pay top dollar for pretty much the same thing. So you'll look in the middle, and you're gonna pay the middle price of
Yeah,
something
you
that's
catch
eye
me
level
with
with
eye
you.
level, right at
And
eye
they
level.
do that in stores too. Like just as far as like the flow of the store, they'll play the music that'll fit the vibe that they want you to have.
Yeah.
Like they'll play upbeat music if they want you to
When you
think
relax.
about entertainment. Like if
Right.
you go to like a entertainment store, like a Walmart or Best Buy or something like that. Like they want you to be entertained. They want you to feel hype about the fact that you're in there about to make a purchase. So they're gonna play certain types of music
Yeah.
to get you in that mood for you to go ahead and do that.
And the grocery store is sad music because they want you to be kind of in your feelings, so you're gonna buy this rice around me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said, and all that
Comfort.
is subliminal
Exactly.
seduction. See what I'm saying? All that is subliminal seduction. You got your conscious, you got your subconscious, you got the super subconscious mind, and that super subconscious is picking up all the time. The best thing that ever been created, that God created, or the universe created, is our mind. That's the first computer that was ever made. You think about it. You picking up stuff 24/7, whether
All
you
the time.
realize it or not. That's what your peripheral you're picking up, your front sight, all that's picking up. But you don't realize it until you need it. When you need it, it comes to surface, then you say, well, damn, where I learned this at?
Yeah.
It's already there, it's already recorded.
Yep.
It's already recorded. It comes up when you need it. But you gotta be on point to recognize it. If not, it's gonna skip right by you every time. And that's how they do it. See, that's it's sad but true. This corona thing with this shot, right? You heard it all day, every day. They driving it into people's minds. See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They driving it into your mind. So it's a fear tactic, and it's a brainwash tactic. It haven't been proven to work yet.
No.
They said 2 years, right? So, but you still want to load people up with 5 different shots, and they don't know if the first shot worked. But if you scared and you believe everything that's told to you, you gonna take every shot they give you.
Every single one. They're like, oh, you gotta get vaccinated against rabies
Yeah.
now. What?
So
Wait,
I'm saying,
do we get rabies
Next, you gonna have to get a vaccination.
I
You
don't
don't
know.
get vaccinated for rabies. Only animals
You got to think for
do.
yourself.
I'm just saying.
You gotta think for
never know.
yourself. Now you think about this. If you got diabetes, I got diabetes, somebody else got diabetes or high blood, right? They don't give us the same medicine.
No.
So all of a sudden you're gonna come with a cure-all for everybody?
Everybody supposed to stay. That's not.
That's a cure. So how, if you can do that with one, why you can't do that with everything?
And I always thought that with this whole situation.
Yeah,
going on,
but think about it. All of a sudden you're gonna come up with a miracle drug that works for everybody.
that shit is snake oil.
I'm just saying, you got your own choice, but you can do it.
And like I don't feel no type of way about people that do, people that don't.
I mean, because
Like,
that's their choice.
I have it.
But don't force a person to do something
Yeah, I'm going with
that they
yeah.
don't want to do.
Yeah. Eventually I probably will. Let me see some more shit that comes.
But you gotta,
I got my own personal reasons for it, which I'm not gonna mention.
Yeah,
now. I'm not gonna
I
bring
think
the mood
everybody
down.
do.
Yeah, everybody do.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody do.
But like my first employee that like we went through the whole pandemic up until what, like a month ago? Maybe a month and a half ago. None of my employees caught it. We had one kid had a scare, but didn't have it. And then the first employee that I had it was fully vaccinated. And I said, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I know
and they
more
saying
than one
that-
person that
They're saying that now. It's fully
But I know more
vaccinated.
people that's
That's
vaccinated
still
that caught it than
Yeah, they don't want
people
spread.
that
They're
wasn't.
still getting all of the symptoms, which is supposed to take the symptoms away so it won't be as harsh, but it's still affecting everybody differently.
Yeah, and it's
And
affecting them
even
more.
that, like I feel like you can't
Yeah.
judge everybody on that fact because like I stopped getting flu shots because I got 2 of them and I got sick of shit every time I got them.
Yeah.
Like, well, why am I going like for all this? I could just catch the
Get the
fucking
flu.
It's
It
not
might
as
not
bad
even
as
be as
how I
bad.
feel when I get the shot. Like, what are you talking about right now? So like,
and let me make something clear because there's always one. We're not saying do or don't. We're saying make your mind up for yourself
Yeah.
versus what somebody else tell you.
Yeah, that's right.
which is bullshit is why everybody got mad at Nicki Minaj because she was just speaking her voice on Twitter talking about how her brother's boy or her cousin's friend, like, all right, his testicles swole up. He probably was doing something with his testicles he shouldn't have.
Right.
But at the end of the day, she was like, you make your own decision. And I think that that's what it should be. People should be able to make their own decision.
Because what does it say? You got like it's in the Constitution, right? If they're gonna make you take something, then they taking away from your freedom.
Exactly.
You know, you got the choice to choose whatever you want to do.
And we
But
ain't
all
going
of a
to
sudden,
school,
they're going to
so-
make you do it. You know,
Thank
then what we
goodness.
becoming a third world country. You know, but everybody needs, like you said, make your own decision, own your choice. I'm not saying don't take it. I'm not saying take it. That's on you. See, because simple fact is this. Whatever you feed your body, it's not going to affect my body. You know. And I mean, you can have an identical twin, right? But if you and your identical twin die at the same time, both of y'all ain't gonna be put in the same casket, you're gonna be put in the same hole.
That's facts. Or if you and your identical twin don't live the same lifestyle and y'all make different decisions,
Yeah.
one of y'all gonna die first. And it is what it is. Like,
it is what it is.
it's like, but to bring it back to the music point is that everybody is their own separate person.
Absolutely.
Like, I know me, like, it's no telling what you gonna listen. Like, I pull up to the house. Usually, you can hear me pull up to the house. However, there's no telling what the hell is gonna be coming out of my car.
I'm the same way.
It might be a podcast. I might be listening to fucking rock and roll music. I love 3 Days Grace. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what's gonna be playing out of my car. I love country music.
Right.
I also love hip hop. So like, it's no telling. But people should have a right to like what they like and do what they do without anybody telling them whether or not you should or shouldn't.
Definitely don't
Whether
do
it's
it just
accepted
because
or
somebody
not.
else doing. And I was in one of my many conversations to myself in my car by myself out loud. I was, I ain't gonna lie. I'm the only person that understand exactly what I'm saying when I'm saying it most of the time. But I was thinking about just what we're saying. Everybody's different. Everybody reacts different. Everybody in this room, we could all have the exact same problem down to the letter. The difference is going to be how each person handles it, how each person deals with
That's
it,
true.
and how each
Exactly.
person moves past it. You might have that problem, be like, you know what, I give up, I ain't even going to deal with it no more. I might have that problem like, you know what, that happened, I know not to do this no more, but I'm going to keep going forward and try to make sure it don't happen again. Even though it's the same exact problem, but how you deal with it is going to prove what type of person you are. So,
This is a strange example, but the first thing that came to mind was like, you see people that be like married multiple times.
yeah.
And it's like, alright, I'm not gonna say who I know, but I know a guy that's been married 5 times.
I know one like that too. And I asked him what was the problem.
Every single time that he was married, he treated every single one of them women the same way. It's like, oh, you was looking for a different solution to your problem.
Yeah,
But you
like,
could have just changed you.
The common denominator.
Yeah,
like,
you need to look back and be like,
All 5 of them bitches
I
wasn't
think it
evil.
might
That's not how
be
this
me.
works. Like,
Yeah, I got the same
I don't know.
thing.
Some people have a type.
this is true.
Dad told me he getting ready to marry his 4th wife. And I said, huh?
After 2, I'm quit.
I said, what's up with that?
After 1, I might be quitting. You
Yeah.
get me fucked
you
up.
get one time.
Either that or he lonely and he can't stand being alone, something wrong, you know what I mean?
He
But
be
like
by
I
the
said,
dog.
That's a him problem.
But even
not
that,
a them
even
problem.
that, you ain't got to be married to
No,
not
you
be
know,
alone.
But some people like that, man. You know, they just, you know, I asked him, I said, why you doing that for the 4th time, man? You know, he really couldn't answer, you know. Because I told him, I said, man, I've been married 1 time. Ain't never thought about it since. No.
I tried it.
You know, I tried it. I definitely gave it a try and I gave it a good shot. See what I'm saying?
We had a good run, but
If it don't work, it don't work. You know, it's just simple as that. You know, prison broke my marriage up, and hey,
call in
Yeah.
boys and men, have them see the end of the road, because that's what it is.
And look, athletes don't have that mindset. Like, yeah, I tried the NFL once. Yeah, I'm retired. I ain't about to go back.
You got somebody to
I'm not
do, though, and then they go back, and then they retire again.
And then their knees never work the same. It's
Right.
not-
And then if they
Like, you
make
should've
it
quit
back
like
in
you
the
was a
3rd
kid.
time, now their back don't work and they got CTE, so it's like,
Everybody
alright, I
ain't
guess I'll
Michael
sit out.
Jordan. You know, you better
Crazy Kurt.
call it quits.
I mean,
Call it quits.
he tried it too, and it didn't work out.
The Wizards days was rough. He missed
Yeah,
it.
that was his Hail Mary right there. Like, you know what? One more time.
well, see, they go to show everything is not for everybody.
No, absolutely
Exactly.
You know, you got certain things that you can do better than other people. You need to find out what that is and stick to that and be the best you can at that.
Exactly.
You know, and there's a lot of people, man, they want to be copycats. You know, they just say peer pressure, right? You know, and I feel people like that, it's kind of sick because, see, I'm the type of person, man, I could never be a part of a gang. You know, I'm very insubordinate. That's why I'm glad I never went to the service. I didn't go to the service because I was the only male child. You know, but I'm glad I didn't go through that. Because it's hard for me to take orders from somebody, man, telling me what I better do and all that. I ran into that in the penitentiary, but I found out a way to get around it. You think about this. You got rules and regulations, but you got guidelines and bylines, right? Think about the person that write the rules and regulations. They don't go by them. They set up there to keep everybody else in control.
They do whatever they want.
Yeah, so the person that write them, they don't do that. They do that to keep you in control. So once I found out, okay, it's a loophole in everything. So then I found out how to get around that. Like I said, I went to the kitchen to take care of my vegetarian thing. Did the guard quarters. That way I got a communication with the correctional officers. See what I'm saying? Which played out real good, and helped me get a lot of things. See what I'm saying? I wouldn't say, oh man, he a CEO, he trying to do this and do all that, you know what I mean? I come in one morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, man. Tell her parents about to do an officer boot. I smell marijuana. And he's sitting back in the dark. But every time you pull on it, the light, the little tip get red, right? So I tell him, I said, man, I'm gonna take a shower. So he cut the light on in the shower room. I come back up, I take the shower. I come back out, I said, look here, I said, you got any more of that? What you talking about? I said, that's marijuana. No, that's a Newport. I said, come on, man, ain't no Newport.
That don't smell like no Newport.
Yeah, I know the difference between a Newport guy smoking on it. You can smoke in there then, right? He said, no, that's a Newport. I said, okay, no problem. I said, then I hit him like this. I said, how much is an ounce of reef on the street now? I don't know. I said, okay, I'll tell you what. Next time you come in, I'll give you $100 to bring back an ounce. Man, I guess it was, see, they got paid twice a month, the 15th and the 30th. Inmates was doing better than what they were. Dudes had TVs, all type of stuff. Some of the guys down in the country, Orange County, Farmville and stuff like that, that's basically who worked around there, right? So they didn't have a lot of that. They would come in, man, and pull shakedowns just because they were jealous, drop a dude's TV on the floor accidentally, so they said. So I told them, I said, look, I said, next time you come in home, boy, I said, I'll give you $100 for an ounce. Man, I'm laying in my bunk. I look up. He motioned for me to come up to where the little booth was, right? So I said, what's up? He opened up the wrist of the time and dispatched there, an ounce laying right there. Did you mean what you said? I said, huh? He said, look, did you mean what you said? I said, I'll be right back. I went and got the $100.
I'll be right back.
I went and got the $100. Gave it to him. What he told me? Don't you tell nobody. I said, hold. I said, you think I'm crazy? I said, if I tell on you, I'm telling on myself, man.
I bought these drugs from him.
I said,
Y'all
don't you tell-
both
I
get
said,
locked
don't you
down.
tell
Right.
nobody. I said, don't you tell nobody. You know what I mean?
So I'm still trying not to do these 35. You got me.
Thank you for the Newports.
But I was trustee then, see what I'm saying? But like I said, he's sitting up in there smoking weed, telling me he's smoking a Newport. I said, come on, man, they ain't no Newport.
What's the rush hour where he walked in, John was like, this is a cigarette. Man, that's sick of weed.
Yeah, that's right. That's right about the same thing, But don't you tell nobody. I said, you got to be crazy. You think I'm going to tell somebody? I said, I can't tell on you without telling on myself. I said, don't you tell nobody. You know what I mean? Don't you do that, you know what I mean? So it was cool, And like I said, that goes to show, man, people are people.
Yeah.
No matter where you at.
Everybody,
If you get paid twice a month, and like the same thing in the kitchen, right? They'll come in and say, look here, man, I said, I know y'all had this at dinner. I heard that y'all got some steaks in, can you fix me a steak sandwich? Yeah, cotton and cigarettes. No problem. You had officers, man, running the same scam that inmates run on each other. Give me a carton of cigarettes and I give you 2 back or 3 back on payday. Okay, if they didn't bring the cigarettes in, they gave them the money for whatever the cigarettes cost. See what I'm saying? Then held them over to payday. The same thing with the food and everything else. So once you get in tight with the people, you gotta, they're human too, man. They're human too. They go home every night, But sometimes they was in worse shape than what we were in the penitentiary. You know what I mean?
It's only a strange group of
Anytime you
humans that
come in
think
the
that
bump-
they better than everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even like you could have financial things, but like up here, you still just as fucked
Morally
up
and
as I am.
everything.
Or worse.
If I say
Yeah.
I'm probably real comfortable with my situation, I just ain't got as much money as you. But as far as me and having peace in my life and shit, oh nigga, I wouldn't trade your life for the world.
Man, people ask. I had a person that asked me if I had a choice between $1 million and good health, which one would I take? I said good health every
That
day.
shit every day.
I said,
Yeah,
"Oh,
because you'll be healthy enough for you to make
What
that
good
I
money.
make a couple $1 million if I was
Those millions gonna run out.
think about
Yeah.
this. What good is $1 million? And every time you go to the doctor or the hospital, they taking money for medical bills. You know, you can't go out and enjoy your life like you want to because you don't have good health. Somebody got to push you around or whatever, right? And see, that's one thing, man, that makes me stay physically fit and on top of what I got to stay on. It's because I go to the YMCA, Gold Gym, and places like that, right? And I see old people, man, on walkers and with canes on treadmills, right? Then I see people that I know you can't get them to do one push-up. You know, these people want to live. You go to your malls, what do you see? You see old people. They roll.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Moving.
just like a track. See what I'm saying? You know, and it's crazy. You know, and I hate to say this about our people. Our people got a million excuses why they don't want to do things.
Facts.
See what I'm saying? Oh, I can't do this, or my back hurt. Then this old white lady got a walker. And she getting around because she want to live. So that boy down to you gotta have a will to live.
I know, like towards the end of my pop's life, like one thing was that like I could walk in his house at any given time. He in there. My pops didn't have legs; he had amputated both his
Went out
legs.
to both my grandparents.
But like you walk into my pop's house and he be sitting on the couch with his little things.
Yeah.
Like, Pop, what you doing? Working out, Pop.
You gotta keep your muscles
Got
right,
it. He
man.
said, I only got these limbs. They gotta make sure they strong. I'm like, all right, bet. Do
Yeah.
your thing, Pop. I ain't mad at you. But like, that's like you really saw. Like, I saw. Like, yo, he was supposed to be gone a long time ago, but he did everything that he could.
He
You
extended
feel
it.
me? Yeah.
But
Like,
see, that's what doctors don't understand. They tell a person you got 6 months to live. People live 6 years, and they want that high help. You can't read that out of medical
my dad
book.
made it 13 years after
Yeah,
they
you
told
can't
him
read
he had
that out of
6 months
medical
to
book.
live.
They going by what they learned in school. But the will to live is way stronger than somebody can't tell you how long you got to live if you want to live.
Shit.
You
That's
know?
not how that
But
works.
if you go for what they said, you might not even last 6 months.
Because a weak-minded person will lay down.
Yeah, I'm
and
saying you
make
give
it
up.
there 6 months. Oh,
You
I got
give up.
Like
6
he
months.
said, they'll lay there and wait for it
And
to.
die before 6 months.
I was 19 years old when my dad called me and was like, "Yo, I gotta talk to you." And he told me he was diagnosed with leukemia, and then he fucking waited. They told him he had 6 months. He waited 3 months to tell us. So
So y'all found out at the 3-month point.
at the 3 months, I was 19 years old. My son is 12. My son had just been born. It was probably like a month after my son had been born. My son is 12 years old. My pops just died, what, 2 months ago? Like, that nigga really, like, he was like, nah, I'm not dying now. Fuck out of here. So, yeah.
Hey, I'm not dying. I got stuff to do.
I got shit to do. Fuck you mean? Oh, snap.
Well,
As far as I'm concerned.
tell you what.
This shit is dope.
That's still funny every time somebody say it.
I'm about to just like,
While we got this little break right here, Cool Breeze Media, why don't y'all let everybody know how they can get in touch with y'all, what services y'all offer, and all that good stuff.
yeah. You got a small business. You a music artist. You a girl think you cute or some shit. You need some pictures, whatever it is. Any type of multimedia things. You need advertising. At Cool Breeze Media on all platforms. Holla at us. Check out our work. We got more stuff coming. Make sure you look us up. Do like the logo for as far as I'm concerned. We did that too. Probably gonna do the new one when Reese make his mind up.
Man, I might be a little indecisive. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna be a little indecisive.
So
Yeah.
where all can they find you at? Where can they look up Cool Breeze Media?
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Some main places right now. At Cool Breeze Media, all one word. It's not spelled weird. Cool Breeze Media. If you can't spell that, I don't know. It's not my fault.
And Cool Breeze Media is also, and this this is the first time they're hearing it too, but Cool Breeze Media is also the first official sponsor of As Far As I'm Concerned.
Yeah.
So the first official sponsor of As Far As I'm Concerned is none other than Cool Breeze Media.
I'm about to give Danielle $7 an episode to read.
Hey, look,
Yeah, but that's it.
I'll take that $7 and I'll turn it into something else.
Hey, look, also look out for Mad Aggressive Podcast. As soon as we finish this, we're about to set up to shoot that. So, yeah, it's about to get. I'm also a little tipsy, so that we're about to shoot some ignorant shit, just so y'all know. But if you like this, and then you want some people that just got a little less censors, check out Mad Aggressive. Cool Breeze Media, we out here.
And Jamal, we've heard your story. We know there's a lot going on. I'm sure there's a lot more. But for right now, let people know how they can find out more about you, get to hear some of your music and stuff, where they can get a hold to that stuff at.
Alright, well the best way to do that, you can put my whole name in on Google. And it'll tell you the story, some of the story about me, the Edge of Daybreak Band. And that's Jamal Nubi, Google.com. Then you can also put in the Edge of Daybreak Eyes of Love / Jamal Nubi. You know. See, my thing is this, man. Like I said, I came from 1006 Jackson Avenue, right? And I mean, literally, a house right beside the railroad track. You know, right here, the house was like across the street, the railroad track running right there. You know, I mean, any time of night you got used to the clanging and the banging, so it didn't make any difference, right? So my thing is this. Stevie Wonder, when he first came out with his band, I think he was like about 12 years old. You know, lady next door called me. She said, "John, you come here, check him out." I thought, damn, I said, damn, be 12 years old. It won't be long before I be 12. If he can do it, I can do it. You know. Then Muhammad Ali, you know, he Capricorn like I am. You know, and I looked at that. You know, and I said, damn. I said, okay. You know, and then I'm in prison. I'm looking at Wild World of Sports. You know. They got a boxing event come over with Howard Cosell and all them every Saturday or Sunday on Wild World of Sports. What's to do with the big hair? Don King. He was in prison. He sponsored that. You know. And I got to think, yeah, Don King. Yeah, you know, he sponsored some of that. I don't know if he was in prison now, but he definitely sponsored the fight that was coming out there for Wild World of Sports.
Wait, he was in prison before?
You know, I don't like I said. I don't know if he was in prison now,
I was
but I
about
know
to say, oh shit.
he might have been. You know. But he sponsored that. See what I'm coming from? But anyway, then I realized then, man, you know, especially with the Jackson 5, you know, they came up the same way, you know, little shack full of kids, you know. And I said, man, you know, you can't let your situation hold you back or be the reason why you don't accomplish things. You know, and that's the main thing I tell my kids, and I want any kid out here to know. Don't let somebody tell you what you can't do just because they don't have the heart to do it themselves. You know, because you got haters, man, everywhere. You know, you got people that'll take on your idea, like your idea, but they don't have the encouragement or the motivation to do it, so they try to talk you out of it. You know, misery loves company.
Yes.
Then they can sit back and say, yeah, you know, I remember when you thought about that and all that, you know, come on, man. You know, if you got a dream, make it happen. You can make it happen. In America, I done found that out, man. You know, you can do that in this country. You can do that in this country. Don't let somebody tell you what you can't do. You know, because a lot of times when people tell you what you can't do, they're hating on you. You know, they don't like you to be motivated when they're not motivated. You know, and you know what they say about opinions. Everybody got one.
And they like buttholes. Usually
That's
they
what I'm saying.
stink.
That's what I mean. Everybody got one. But that's my thing, you know, don't never let a person tell you that you can't make it or let your situation where you come from be a crutch to why you can't do certain things, you know. It's like a saying, can't never could, should never would, you know. And if leaves you just where you at.
That's great.
Look for that on the t-shirt, as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
look.
concerned, this shit was great.
This will definitely be, at least mine, one of my favorite episodes. Because as y'all know, I like talking to people that's got something to talk about. And we definitely had that here. So, Jamal, when things change or progress or whatever, let me know. I'll bring you back on.
Oh, without a doubt.
And we definitely talk
Without
about
a doubt.
more, because
Without a doubt.
I still feel like there's more we can learn at this point. But until then, people know how to find you. People know how to, see about this story more.
Yeah.
Be able to, as far as Google and all this stuff, might even be able to check up on progress and stuff like that. I'll definitely have you back on. And now that more people know, hopefully that helps things get along a little bit faster, a little bit further.
I'm gonna tell you how things work mysterious, man. I was at the gym this morning, and I met this young man that said he played keyboard. And I've been trying to find somebody to play keyboards. He said he played keyboards, he played drums, his brother played keyboard. So that's okay. So we exchanged Facebook and telephone numbers and all that, because like I said, man, my intention is to put out my own CD. Since I got my own record label, and since I got my own publishing company, Double Jack Publishing, I'm looking for talent, man. I'm in this talent everywhere. I don't care if you tap dance, sing, rap, whatever, that's talent. Because whatever your talent is, a lot of people wish they had it. A lot of people wish they could do what you do, you know what I mean? So you can motivate you. I kind of look at myself like Motel 6, you know what I mean? My light always on to sign a pass for somebody else,
Well, like I said, we're going to bring this to a close. This has definitely been an interesting journey thus far. So, Cool Breeze Media, anything else you want to add before we take off?
Nah.
I just want to say I appreciate you letting me sit in on this podcast, because it was already interesting to hear the first episode, and this one was like even better. Like I posted on Facebook, there's
Right.
more to come, and it was just as, if not more, interesting than it was with the first one. And thank you for letting us sit in and answering the questions and stuff, Jamal.
Well, thank y'all for inviting me. Like I said, that's where we're supposed to be. You pass it on. Just like knowledge. What good is knowledge if you keep it to yourself?
Well, everybody here know they always
It's no good at all,
welcome. My door is always open, especially when I like the people that I'm talking. Well, I can't say that because I ain't had nobody on that I don't want to talk to. That'd be a different show.
Keep getting bigger. We'll see.
I know.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the conversation. Like, just the conversation, like, I learned some shit, and it helped me to really see some shit. So I'm happy to be here.
Like the family and the history of it all, and how it all came together, and how it all got to today is really interesting. I love stuff like this. So I'm really excited about the fact that I could be here to like sit and listen, front row seat of what happened.
Yeah.
And I'm not in music, but I'm going to walk away from this podcast knowing that I learned some stuff too that I can apply to what I'm doing. So hopefully people listening took something from it that's useful to them, even if they're not in any type of entertainment, just in life in general, because again, that's what we want to do. I want to learn. I want the people that's on here to learn. And then, somewhere in there, we have fun at the same time.
Yeah, that's basically what I was saying. You on the same page I'm on as far as that go. As long as you keep your light on, you don't know who you sign the pad for. You know what I'm saying? As long as that light is on, somebody can follow that. But if you cut it off, they lost in the dark and you lost in the dark.
Don't know what to do.
I've had people to come to me and say some things, man, that amazed me. I had no idea that I had any impact on their life. My kids, they just learning out who their daddy is. Cause all they see is daddy. They don't know nothing about my past, nothing, but they know now. And they learning, and there's more to come. there's more to come. Like I said, once these people get hold to the store and put it out there on A&E, hey, man, it is what it is.
No walking here next episode with a fur coat.
Yeah,
He's gonna have a pep cup and a fur coat on.
and some of those Huggy Bear shoes.
With the goldfish in it.
Yeah, with the fish in it. Yeah.
And the band behind him.
Yeah, that's right.
Every good superhero need their own theme music.
I just realized
The
we
fan-
didn't have cameras because I started doing
The
this.
air conditioner gonna cut on, his jacket gonna
Stop
fly.
fluttering back. He got a perm all of a sudden.
Who the tank?
But yeah,
It's all good.
like I said, this has been a lot of fun. Y'all always welcome to come back. And as far as me, which I'm the least talented person, I believe, at this point. But yo, keep in mind, I got the merchandise. You got questions, you got concerns, you got comments, you got ideas of other things you want to hear
Hit
about.
him with the email address.
Hit me up, afaicpod@gmail.com. For Cool Breeze Media, Jamal, I'm out. We'll holler at you next time. Peace.
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 As far as I'm concerned, this shit is over.